Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave, and today we're continuing our playthrough of Spruance Leader, the Cold War Fleet Combat Solitaire Strategy game from DVG, Dan Person Games. Alright, so if you recall from our first video, we're doing the North Atlantic Sea Lanes, Cold War 1988, and we use Atlantic ships. These are the base ships. I haven't put any of the other ones in yet. Our task force here, we got to select all the stuff for the mission, and we still have, the glare's kind of there, but we still have task force is still going to be at 4, and our activity level is still a +2. So I didn't move any of those. Last time we got our Allied Convoy number 7 through, so that's one of those down. Okay. So we use our handy candy basic campaign sequence of play, and we're not going to do priority R&R because that costs 10 points, and right now I need it the next turn, I think, is what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to do it to help get my commanders back in line. Target selections, the next thing we do. So we can draw 2 unless we get either number 10 or 11. Number 18, enemy wolf pack. 5 subs, victory points are 7, activity level goes up 1. If I don't get it, it's a -4. I can draw a second target if I want one, or I can take this one. What to do? It's a lot of subs, 5 subs I have to go get. I don't know what they are. I think I'll draw a second card here. And we get number 10. Ah, crap. I have to go to that one. Okay, shoot. I should have gone after the wolf pack. That's okay. This is actually I'm going to have to learn a little bit on this one because I'm going to have a Yak aircraft in this one, so we're going to have to see what happens here. Okay, so we have the enemy task force, Kirov, Sovrimini, Utiloi, and a Victor 2 sub. It's worth 7 victory points, which is good. The activity level goes up 2, so that's going to help me a lot getting off of this higher activity level, but I got to get through this one. This is not going to be my best set of ships, I'll tell you that. And air defense is -2, intercept an enemy carrier task force, destroy all surface ships. We're going to lay this up here so I don't forget what it have. Okay, so we know our target, and it is all the way up here in the far zone. So I'm going to have to get through 4 task forces. Hopefully I can get through them. All right, starting SO points. Well, last time we earned 9, so we carried over, so we have 29. What I really want to do is keep 10 in reserve, hopefully, but we'll see how this goes. Purchase task force equipment, assemble my task force. Okay, well, I can tell you right now, the commander is going to be Ewan, because he's the other guy. He's green. He's got 1 slow, no specialized actions yet. So there's my task force commander. And something else I learned from my last mission was do not put the task force commander in the screening force. You get 2 things out of it. 1, he gains a lot of experience. 2, he gains a lot of stress, especially when you're going to have what's going on here. So my flagship will be back in this group here. Okay, I think for this one, because of probably what we're going to have, we're going to take the British ships that we hadn't used yet. We have the HMS Sheffield, and he has a helicopter with him. And so I have the HMS Sheffield. I have the HMS Exeter, which is a Type 42 destroyer. He could have a helicopter if I wanted to buy one for him. He's pretty good against submarines, and attacks and detects. Okay, so I have the Exeter, I have the HMS Argonaut, which is a frigate, Leander class frigate. He's good against submarines also. And I'm thinking, because I got to go so deep, I'm going to take the USS Vogue, which is another frigate. Okay, so that's who I'm taking. I don't think I'm going to purchase any additional equipment. I'm going to go with what we have. Assembled my task force and now I set them up. Okay, I think, looking at the Sheffield, he's a destroyer with a helicopter on him. And I'm almost thinking he's a 0 to 6, 0, oh yeah. So the Sheffield, which is D80, is going to be ship number 1. And I'm going to send Exeter, ship number 2. And then I have the Argonaut and the Vogue right there. Okay, my flagship will be the Argonaut. Okay, so that's where my flag will be, on the Argonaut. All right. Set up my ship draw cup, so let's get that done real quick here. See what we need to get going here. We're going to have ships 1, 2, 1, 3. Don't need a helicopter yet. Won't need number 9. Won't need number 6. 2. Here, I'll do this and come back to you guys. Okay, I got my ship cup mixed up. I have this, so I made my purchases. Now, this is an interesting mix of ships because if you remember from my first video, I did a random draw which earned me an extra 8 SO points at the beginning of the game for purchasing ships and things. And so, and it's all frigates and destroyers. So what I drew. So I had this very interesting mix of ships here. And they're not the best armed ships for going after this convoy or this enemy carrier task force, but we're going to see what happens here. I don't have a lot of missiles that are good for hitting ships, especially at any kind of range. And I do have some anti-air missiles, GWS 20s for the Argonaut, GWS 30 for the Exeter, and GWS 30s for the Sheffield. And then I have sea skuas that the helicopter can also use against the shipping if I need to. So that was a little different. If I have to put him airborne to sink a ship, I can do that. And then of course he has his Mark 46s if we get in trouble with a submarine. So we're gonna have to be choosy how we use our helicopter here too. All right, so we're all set there. We got everything, we got all our ordnance paid for. That was 20 points that I spent. Knowing that I'm going to need torpedoes, I hope I have enough of everything. This is my first time through this, so if I make a mistake, we're going to learn together. All right. Placed our task force counter, which is over here. Roll for the enemy task force placement. So now we need to place task forces down through here. So there's 4 of them. We're going to have A, B, C, and D to place. So here comes the first one. Is 4. 3, 4. So this is A. right there. And B is 10. He's way out here, so I got C, 8. Oh, he's also out there. And D, 1. All right, right off the bat. Okay, so my hope is, another thing I learned from my first round was, if you can avoid them guys, avoid them. Don't waste your, they're good for gaining some experience and SO points. They're not good for, they also cause stress and those other things. So if you can avoid them, avoid them. Hopefully we can do that, but we'll find out. Okay, so we've placed our task force. Now we have to shuffle our decks, it says. So I need to reshuffle my event cards. There we go. Reshuffle our sensor performance. So we're going to do those. Okay. Reshuffle the encounter deck. So last turn we had several of those. All right. Enemy subs. And enemy ships. Okay. And our mission location is all the way up here in the far reaches. We will gain an extra 5 victory points, so this will be worth 12 victory points if we can get this guy, which is nice. Okay. All right. Execute until the mission is complete. Task force movement. So our task force moves up. Enemy air attack check? Nope. Enemy task force activity check? Yes. Okay, so we got to check for our first task force here, which is this first one. And 7 to 10 high, 5 to 6 low, 4 less none, but we have a +2 to the die roll. 7 makes it a 10 high. Shoot. Okay. And that's going to be 4 submarines. Okay. All right, just getting ready here. Okay, 4 submarines. Crap. Let's see if I can dodge these guys without creating too much heartache. Okay, so task force deployment setup, enemy task force encounter, target encounter. So we have to draw enemy subs. We're going to have to draw for 4 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 3, and 4. So now we place these because we don't know what they are yet. They're just going to get placed without any modifier. So we'll start with this first one. He goes into 3. And a 3 on a sub is range 4. And his azimuth will be 3. Well, he's all the way over to there. Next sub is a 4, and a 4 is range 4, and his azimuth is a 4. Now he's right here. Next one, 10. He's at range 6, and his azimuth is 4. And finally, the last sub is range 7. Oh, is a 7, range 5. So they're all spread out in that one area so far. And it's a 1, he'll be over there. Okay, well, they're all there. Okay, I got to determine the sensor performance and determine their depth. Okay, so it's normal weather. Now, because they're unknown subs, we treat those subs as SSN, so we add +2 to this modifier. And we're going to see, I'll put this here so I keep it there. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay, here we go. He's a 7, +2 is a 9. He's running deep. Okay. Next sub, a 10. He's going to run deep. All right. Next sub, a 5 +2 is a 7. He's not, and he's above the thermal layer. And the last sub is a 4 +2 is a 6, so he stays up above. Okay, now this one I drew has the star, so it means I have to make this encounter. Otherwise, I could have avoided them and just kept going. But unfortunately, out of the 4 that I drew, only one of them had that star on it. All right, enemy ship sub counter placement, battle turn counters on number 5, and we draw our first event card, and it is fighter cover. Shoot. Fighters provide fighter cover. I wish I could have had that later. All right. Because I might need them. Dang it. Would have liked to have had that when I needed it. Okay. Not going to help me for this mission. Okay. Sonobuoy detection, none. Fast task force. So I got the Sheffield and the Exeter. We have range 4. This is the guy I got to find out about. So I find out who he is and get rid of him. But at range 4, that's a -4 modifier. The Sheffield's a 6 to 9. So it's going to be, that's almost impossible for him to detect those two guys there at that range. So I don't think I want to deploy my helicopter yet. I just need to find out about this guy right here. These guys up here, though, at range 5 and range 6 is too far out, but range 5 is only a -1. So I could try to detect him, or I can save my actions, my fast actions, and use them in the slow action phase, I do believe. I was correct. They can be deferred. So I am going to defer those actions to the slow phase. All right, because I want to see if I can find these guys. All right, so we're going to go to slow phase. Not going to use, nobody took any actions yet. All right. So now we do move enemy units. Okay. These guys have detection numbers on them, but they do not have anything else. So we'll start out here on this guy. For his move number is a 3. A 3 is patrol. He's going to stay there. This guy here, 8. 8 is flank or range -1. Okay, because he's deep, they roll to see if they move up above the layer. So a 4 plus, move above the layer. Move above the layer 7 plus. Oh, at range 2. so they wouldn't move. So he's going to check now. Well, flank, he would flank first, so he moves out here for flanking. Okay, this sub, he gets a 1, he patrols, snorkel, we don't know if he's a diesel or not. And the last one is a 10, he does range, -2, and ping. Okay, so he's pinging. Well, he moved up. Now, they want to try to detect they are below the layer, so they're going to be -2 at range 4, so that's a -6. He would have to roll a 10. Nope. Same thing with this guy, a 10. Nope. This guy's a -4 off of a 5. Seven. Nope. And he's at range 5. Now he's -1. A 4, -1's a 3. Range 5, -1, that's a 3. He detects. Okay, let's see who he was trying to detect. It is, he detects ship number 4 is detected at a level 1. So he found me. Okay. All right, that's the sub actions. Now we go slow task force actions. Well, the first thing we're going to do is the commander is going to use his free move to move everybody up. So now these guys are at range 3, 3, 3, and 4 on him. Okay, now we can see if we can detect some guys. I want to detect this one because if he's not there, I can break off. Now he's at range 3, below the surface, so he's a 0. It's -2 at range 3 with the Sheffield. So it's a 6 to 9, and it's -2. 5. He did not detect. The Exeter is also 6 to 9 at range 1 to 3. Oh, he even had his noise modifier. The Exeter going to try to detect this guy who's pinging. He has a noise modifier is -3, so that's +3. I'm a -1 on my sub, so it's +2. So I get a +2 on this guy. 5 + 2 is a 7. So that's a 1. So I've detected him. So we know he's there. Now, I have the flagship, the Argonaut. Let's see, we got to see what that sub is. We detected him, now we know what he is. He is a Charlie 2 class. So this will become sub number 1. Enemy sub 1. It does not have a star on it. There he is. He has a noise modifier of 1. He has a torpedo defense of 1. Okay. So I have the Vogue and the Argonaut. The Vogue could fire at him because he's in range. He could fire one ASRock if I wanted to. So I'm going to have my flagship try to detect this guy over here. So this is the Argonaut. He's a -1. He's deep. Range 3 is 0, but -2 because I'm going through the layer. So that's a -3 to my die roll. A 9. That's a 6. He picked him up. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. 4 to 8. So at a 4, so he detects him. Okay. So I got a detection of 1 on this guy. And now we're going to find out what he is. He was deep. Okay. And the next sub that we pull, it's a diesel kilo class. This is sub number 2. No star on him. Which says I could avoid these guys. That's the guy I needed to know about. Okay, he's deep. He's deep. He detected us. So I can launch torpedoes. I got ASRocks if I need them, but really I wouldn't mind sinking one of these guys. I got 3 ASRocks is all he has. Nobody's critical to us right now. So if I fire that, he's a +1 at range 3. So he would be +1. He gets +1 because we detect him. That's +2. And he has a torpedo defense of 1. So he'd be +1. So I would need a 6 or higher to hit. And he takes 2 hits to sink him. If I go after this guy, it's the same thing, but it only takes 1 hit to kill him. So the Vogue is going to fire 1 torpedo at sub number 2. And his torpedo defense is 0. So I get +1 for my sub, +1 for the, and their detects, I forgot about them. Yeah, +1 for the detection modifier, so that's +2. Here we go. 4 + 2 is a 6. Hit missed. Crap. Okay, so we missed. All right, that's all my slow actions. Decrease detection levels. So he goes to 0. He goes to 0. He goes to 0. And we remove the ping markers. I'm pretty sure that's what we do there. 6.2.6. Just want to check that one real quick. Make sure. 6.2.6. Slow decrease. Yep. All right, and so the last step after we decrease detection levels, decrease the battle turn counter, and then we do an end encounter decision. We can choose to end the encounter because we have nothing that has stars on it. We're going to end this encounter. I don't want to fire any more torpedoes or anything else, so we're out of this one. I didn't gain anything except stress. So the Sheffield picked up 2 stress for that encounter, and the Exeter picked up 2 stress. The Argonaut, he picks up 1. And the Vogue has a cool of 1, so he picks up 0 because they only gain 1. And then the Commander, he picks up 1. Okay. All right. Okay, that'll get us off of that one. And that ends that task force encounter. Okay. And these actually will go back into the deck because they didn't sink in. We'll mix them back in. The ship goes back. These guys go back. Those markers come off. All right. Okay, that ended the encounter. We pull a event card. And we get ship experience. Pick a ship that contributed to the encounter and give it 4 experience points. Nice. So, the Vogue actually contributed, well, he actually fired a missile at them. I'm going to give the Vogue the 4 experience points. And that is going to raise him up because his skill level was a 3. So he goes from skilled to veteran. So he's now a veteran. So we mark him a veteran now. His next promotion is a 3 again, and he still has 1 left over. His cool is still 1. That helps his stress level a little bit, I think, not much. It didn't make a huge improvement on him, but he's a little better, and we got him up. Okay, submarine patrol is it for that encounter. I'll just put that up above here. Okay, that's the end of that encounter. Evaluate the encounter, added stress, recorded experience, did our promotion, and now we go back to task force movement. So now D comes off, it's finished. Now we move into this zone and we're going to get another task force. Okay, so we pull our card, enemy task force activity check. It's +2 again. A 1 +2's a 3. Woo-hoo-hoo! None, baby. Yeah, none. So we get past that one. All right. It takes that one off of there. That's big, guys. I'm telling you, when you can get that and you don't have to deal with another enemy task force, that's a big one. He goes into this zone, nothing. He moves into the last zone. We have 2 task forces to deal with. We'll start with task this B. Okay. We pull our encounter. We roll a 3 +2's 5. Yes, that is none again. Oh man. Okay, so that task force had moved on. Task force C is now there, and he is 2. Oh, +2's 4. So we get, it's a low. So we'll flip that over to low. And this task force is no attack. Yeah, it was a neutral task force. Oh, big breaks all the way around on the task force. See, when you have 4 of them, you just sweat it out the whole time. But look at there. I got through that, and now we're ready for our enemy carrier task force. Okay, so now we have to do enemy task force encounter. This is a target encounter. So for this target, we need to draw a Victor II sub, a Kirov class ship, a Sovereignty, and a Utiloid. So let's see if we can find the Victor II first. Flip it over, we're looking for a Victor II. Victor 3, Victor 2, here we go. SSN K488. Put him over here. Knock over my stacks while I'm doing it. Sub 2 comes off. We're going to have ship 1 up here. I'm going to need ship 3 down here. Oops, I grabbed ship 6. Ship 3 and should be ship 2 right here. Yep, ship 3 and ship 2. Okay, so there's our submarine. Okay, now we're looking for a Kirov, Sovereignty, and Utiloid. Palau, Palik, Kanda, Goria, Duck, Type 2, Kara, Cresta, Utiloid, the Admiral Tribbles. See, he's third on that list. Oh, he's a starred ship too, so he's going to have to be sunk. Kiev class. Kiev class. Oh, no, Kirov is what I'm looking for. Kirov. It's the CBN Kirov. There he is, ship number 1. And the Sovereignty, the destroyer Stoichi. Okay. Shuffle that deck again, being I've been thumbing through it. All right, well, here they go. We know what we're up against now, at least somewhat. Enemy ships. Two, 3, 1. Right there. And sub number 1. Sub number 1. He's starred also. I have to sink all 4 of these guys. Okay. All right. Well, let's place our ships. Here we go. And the Kirov is a placement -2. 8 minus 2 is 6. He goes in 6. And his azimuth is 7, which is over this direction. Ship number 2 is the Stoichi. He's a placement -2. 1. That makes him a 0. Surface 4. Okay, got him up a little closer. And a 4. It's him right there. Ship number 3 is the Admiral Tribbles, which is the Utiloid class. A 3, his placement's a 0, puts him at range 5. And a 6, puts him out here. And finally, the sub, his placement is +3. 7 plus 3 is a 10, so he's out here at range 6. And a 2 puts him right there. All right, the sub, we got to pull our sensor performance, is surface detection is going to be +1 for that. He is not, he is an SSN. So he gets a +2 to see if he's deep or not. 5 plus 2, 7. He is not deep. Okay, so he's running above the thermal layer. All right. He's way out there. Yeah, at range 6. Okay. Did our placement, set our battle turn counter to number 5. And now we pull an event card for this encounter. And the event card is At Sea Resupply. Add 4 SO points of ordnance to any ship in the task force. Nice. So I could add 4 more missiles to this guy. They have a range of 4. If we can spot him, if we can move this whole thing in, we can really have a shot here at these guys. I got lots of torpedoes still for 1 sub. That's what I think I'll do. He's going to take 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 more of these MM38s. The Argonaut is looking to do some damage here against these ships. Okay. Sonobuoy detection, none. Fast task force actions. Here we go. The Sheffield can try to detect on that ship a 6 to 8. He can detect out to range 6, so we can detect all these guys. All right, first thing up, detect this ship right here. So he is a range 4, no modifier. This is ship number 2, the Stoichi destroyer. He is a noise modifier of 1. The Sheffield is a 0 on his ship, but he gets +2 for that. So +2 -1, so he's +1, and because of the clear weather we get +1 there, so he has a +2 modifier. So he has a +2 to detect him with the Sheffield. Oh, that's a 4. He did not detect him. The Exeter needs to detect him. He has a 6 to 8. He's a -1. Noise modifier is -1, -2. Detection +1. So now we're -1 and the surface is 0. Okay, let me go through that again. The Exeter is -1. -1. He is -1 for noise modifier. Makes it -2. +1 detect there is -1. +1 for surface detection. It's a 0 modifier. 1. We did not detect him. Shoot. Okay. Now we see what the ships are going to do. All right. Move enemy units. So here we go. We'll start with ship number 2. He gets a 9. He goes range -1, so he moves up. Ship number 3. 9. Oh, +1. He was +2, so that was a 10. That was -1 and a ping on him. This guy goes 9. Ship number 3 is a +2. It makes him a 10. He goes range 1 and a ping. Okay. Ship number 1. 7. He is a +1. It's him an 8. He goes range -1. He comes up 1. And the enemy sub is a +2. 9 + 2. He's a range -2, and he pings. So this is an aggressive group here. Find my ping marker here. And the sub pings me. All right. Well, now we're going to see what happens. Okay. Ship number 2. He's going to try to detect me. He's looking to detect task force ship number 3. Okay. His detect is 4 to 7. And ship number 3 is my flagship. That is the Argonaut. Oh, the guy, I do not want him attacking. He's a noise modifier of 1. +1 here. So that nullifies that. So he's just a flat out 4 to 6. 7. He got me at a detection level of 2. Oh, ship number 2, sorry. No, it is a detection level 2. Onto me, I'm detected. Okay. Enemy sub number 1. And you know what I should have done before he moved up 2? I should have checked to see if he changed if he went deep. So I need to check that. Enemy sub number 1. He is an SSN. We get +2. Does he go deep? 2. No, he stays up. Okay, above the layer. Okay. All right. Enemy sub 1. Who's he going to try to detect? He's going to try to detect task force ship number 4, the Vogue. All right. He's at range 4. He gets a +2. He's a +2. And the Vogue's nose modifier is a 1, so he's +1. He needs a 7. He needs a 4 to 7. 3 +1 is 4. So he detected. The Vogue has been detected by the sub. Okay, now I have to check command and control for these 2 ships with this ship out here. Okay, so the command and control kicks in because they've spotted a ship. Now the question is, did these guys pick up that they've spotted them and can he target them? So the command and control numbers are 5+. Okay, so enemy ship number 3, that's the Admiral Tribbles. He's a -2 to this modifier. So he's going to roll. He needs a 5 or higher and a -2. A 3. -2 is 1. So he does not attack. So he's going to roll for his own detection. It is a task force ship number 2. Now his detection is 5 to 7. He gets +1 for the surface detection. And ship number 2 is the Exeter. And I have a noise modifier of 0. So he's at a +1. Oh, that's a 10. So he detected him at a level 2. So we're detected right there. So they're detecting everybody. I couldn't do it and they're doing it. All right, here we go. And now the carrier is a +2 to see if he can launch his attack. A 3 + 2 is a 5. That just got him. So he can now attack. Okay, so the carrier's attacking ship number 3, attacks the highest rated, highest numbered ships, what they called it. And my math, 3 is higher than 1 or 2. So 3 suited to attack, which is the Argonaut, the flagship. He's my flagship. Okay, so here we go. It's 2 missiles attack, a 4 and a 9 for the hits. 3. Oh, you missed. I have a missile defense of 0, so there's no modifier. Second missile. A 7. 1 hit. Okay. Here we go. 1 hit. And it is missile. Ship attract -2. Ah! I gotta see what this means. Sorry, my camera didn't want to focus on it very well, but ship attract -2 repairable. So I'm gonna put this on him so I don't forget what it is. Okay, we took a hit. That's the end of the enemy actions. So now we do slow task force actions. Okay, so we need to detect. And I got to see what that ship attract -2 means. Okay, well this one stumps me because I don't know what it means. Ship attract -2. So I'm going to leave the damage on him, and I posted something on Board Game Geek, and I'll check here while we're playing along, see if I get an answer real quick, if somebody else has run into this and can tell me. But or maybe one of you guys will know what it is, but I cannot find it in the rule book. Usually DVG is real good about having a player aid that gives you a list of all the different things and what they mean when you pull something like this, but they didn't in this game. And I'm just not sure what that one means. So we're going to go ahead. I don't know what it means. Maybe it's for a later campaign game or something that doesn't matter. So I'm going to play it because I don't know what it means. We're just going to go ahead and continue with it. And we'll see what we get out of it. Okay, so now I got to do my slow actions here. So I have the Argonaut, who I have enemy ship 2. I'm going to have the Vogue try to detect enemy ship number 2. Okay, so the Vogue on a ship is a +1. They're at 0 there. I get no modifier there. He pinged. His noise modifier is 1. And ping of 3, so that's going to be +2, +1, so I'm +3. 2 + 3 is a 5 on the Vogue. He does not detect him. Great. Okay. I need to have my Argonaut detect him. And he has a 5 to 8. He's a 0. He's going to be a -1 for his noise modifier and a +3 there, so he's +2 on his noise modifier. 3 + 2 is a 5 for the Argonaut. That is a detection level of 1. So we got the detection level on there. And now the commander is going to use his slow command, and he's going to order the Argonaut to launch 2 missiles at ship number 2. We need to strike here. Well, he's got 2 missiles coming out. Again, the Argonaut's a 0, range is 0, and he has a missile defense of 2. So it's -2 to my die. Here comes the first missile. 4 -2, that one missed. Okay, comes the next one. Oh, 1. Missed with both of them. Bad rolls, bad rolls. Okay, that's all my slow actions. Now we decrease detection levels. So the sub goes to a 0. This enemy ship goes to a 0. He was at 0, so I disappeared off of there. So he lost his detection on him, and he goes down to a 1 now. Okay. Now, reset commander actions. Decrease battle turn counter goes to 4. We're not going to end the encounter. We go to enemy air engagement phase. So his Yak 38s are in the air. And they make aircraft movement. So they're going to move up here. Oh, here to test. They're now at range 4. And at range 4, they do not at range 3 or return to base on a 7 or higher. Let me check that real quick just to make sure I'm not missing something. That's at 7.2.2. First time I've had the aircraft up. So aircraft actions. Check to see if so once they get into range 3, then they start rolling for, and they don't return to base till they've at least performed an attack. Okay, so nothing changes there. All right, so there's fighters in the air. Okay, we're back to Sonoboy. Nope. My task force for my fast, I got the Sheffield and the Exeter. All right. So, the Exeter, he could launch missiles against the aircraft. And I think that's what he'll do. He's going to fire his 2 anti-aircraft missiles. He has a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're in range. So we're going to try to hit those Yak 38s coming at us. I know the game attack says Yak 36, but there weren't any 36s counters in there, so we used Yak 38s. Okay, so here we go. We're attacking. We need a 6 to 9. Let's see. The Sheffield fired them. At aircraft, he's a 0. They have auto detect on them. So it's a straight up 6 to 9. 5. First one missed. That's not good. Second one. 8. He got a hit. So we flip one of these over from his full side to his depleted side. Okay, so we hit one of them. All right, now we have the Exeter. He could fire 2. He's going to fire 2 of his right here. They're also at range 4. He's firing at the other full one first. A 4. That one missed. Man, horrible rolls. 8. We got another hit. So this one got depleted also. Okay. Makes them a little harder for them to hit me. Now he's got to get in close before I can fire my Argonauts missiles at him. So we're going to have to weather this storm too. All right. That's my fast ships. They're done. Now we do move enemy units. All right, here we go. Ship number 2. He does a 4. And let's see. He's a +2 on his movement. Makes him a 6. So he's on patrol and the ping marker comes off. All right, we'll do enemy sub number 1. He does 3. He's a +2 on his move, so that's a 5. he does range -1. Now, he is above, so we're going to see if he goes below. He's an SSN, so he adds 2 to this. 7 plus 2 is 9, so instead of moving, the ping comes off, he goes deep. So we're going to put him deep now. So he's now gone deep. All right, enemy ship number 3, a 6, plus 2 is an 8, range -1. So he moves up, and the ping comes off of him. He's getting closer now. All right, enemy ship number 1, 9, plus 1's a 10. He does range 1, and he pings. There's my chance to get a shot at that guy. That's that carrier. Okay. Now, ship actions. So he's still, oh, I flipped that over and it should not have been a 3. It should have been a 1. I do that. I flipped it over and didn't even look at it. Yep. Okay. So he has him detected. Enemy ship number 3. He needs a contact level of 1, which he has, so he can fire his missile. Enemy ship number 2 needs a contact number of 1, so let's do him first. So he's going to do command and control. He's -1, 8, 7. He got it. So he's going to fire at the Exeter. Okay. So 1 to 6 is 1 missile. Nope, he's firing 2 missiles at the Exeter. He has a missile defense of 0. So 5 to 9, 5 and 9's his hit numbers. 6, there's 1 hit on the Exeter. The Exeter takes a hit. It is missile, fire, no actions, repairable. Okay. So he's on fire, and we're going to have to fix him before he can do anything else. All right, second missile. 8, that's 1 hit. So the Exeter's taking a couple hits here. He gets, 2 stress and a hull damage. 2 stress and a hull damage. All right. So he picks up 2 stress. The Exeter already had 2, so he goes to 4 on his stress level. And he picks up 1 hull damage. I was trying to see if I had a special marker for that, but I don't think I do. Maybe we just leave that on him. Exeter. He's got a hull damage. Okay. He can take 3, but he's on fire. Okay. That was from this guy. Now enemy ship number 3 is going to fire at him, because he's a contact level of 1. So he gets one to 7, 1 missile, 8 or higher, 2 missiles. 2. 1 missile. He gets +1 because of the detection. So he's +1. A 7. He gets 1 hit on the Exeter. And the Exeter is missile. Oh, destroyed. So they sunk the Exeter. So the Exeter's off the board. Okay, he's down. So now I have to take slow actions here. So the question is, do I send somebody to rescue them? Right? And that is, I think I have, is it 2 turns to do that? Place the rescue counter. If no ship is designated to rescue the crew of a destroyed ship within 1 turn, by 1 turn to do that. All right, so by the next turn, I have to do something here. All right, the sub, he needs, contacts needs to be at 2, so he can't fire, so he's going to try to do his detection here. He's below the layer. He's at range 4, so that's +3, but it's -3 going through the layer. So that's a 0 modifier. On ship number 4, the Vogue has a noise modifier of 1, so that's -1. So it's -1. 2, he does not detect him, so he did not improve that any. And ship number 1 is going to try command and control here onto ship number 2, who sunk. So ship number 2 is off the board now. So I need to take him out of the cup. Okay, he's out of the cup. Ship number 2 is. All right. And that's too bad. All he had left was torpedoes. At least he'd fired his other missiles. Okay, ship number 1 is going to try to detect somebody, and it is Task Force ship number 4, the Vogue. He wants to detect the Vogue, so he detects a 4 to 6. The Vogue has a noise modifier of 1, so it's -1. 2 minus 1 is 1. He did not detect him. Comes off of there. They don't have anybody detected right now. All right. Well, that's it for the enemy actions. Now we do slow. All right. I've got the Argonaut, who can do what? Man, we need a detection here on somebody. He's detected. Ship number 2 is still detected. The Argonaut is firing 2 more missiles at ship number 2. Here we go. He is 0 and 0, and missile defense is 2, so it's -2. 6 minus 2 is a 4. First missile misses. Man, can't get through his missile defense. 9 minus 2 is a 7. 1 hit on this ship sinks him, so he's gone. He gets an experience point for that because it is a starred ship. So that is the Argonaut. Picks up an experience point for that little deal. Oh, and you know what? Everybody that was involved in that earlier task force, they all gained an experience point for that. That was the Exeter, the Argonaut, Sheffield, and the Vogue. Okay. Make sure I had that marked down. I forgot about that. All right, so that one's off the board. Enemy ship 2's done. At least got rid of him. That's 1 down. Still had a missile in the air, or the second missile hit it. Yep. All right, 1 down. And now the Vogue, he's going to end up on rescue duty. He's going to try to detect enemy ship number 1. And he's going to do that with, he needs a 6 to 9 at range 4. He gets +1. His ship's +1, that's +2. So he has a +2. He has a +2 and what? +2. His noise modifier on the carrier is a 1 and a ping, so it's +2, so that's +4. 3 + 4 is a 7. So that is a detect at level 1. So we now know he's there. And now I have a commander action. And that commander action is fire 2 missiles. So we're going to fire 2 more missiles at the aircraft carrier. Okay. Here comes the first one. This is from the Argonaut. He's a 0. His missile defense is 2, so it's -2. These guys are tough to kill. 1. First one missed. 8 -1 and -2 is a 6. A 6 is a hit. Okay. So we scored a hit. So the enemy ship has damage now. Okay, so we'll put that on ship number 1. He's got damage. All right. So because first, that'll help us with him anyway. All right, that's the end of my slows. Decreased detection levels. So Task Force Ship 4 is off the hook now. The sub lost him. And this goes to a 0. But we have him on the map anyway. All right. And reset commander actions. Decrease the battle turn counter. It's going to go to turn 3. And now we have Airish movement, so they move up. So here they come, and they're going to be, we now check them for attacks. All right, so for my air attack, this is going to be in section 7. Sorry, I'm getting there. Perform the attack. Okay, so we roll to see what they're going to do. For each aircraft squadron, check to see if it's range attack. Roll a die, check the range and all that stuff. Apply the range modifier if applicable. So he's at range 3. There's no range modifier. He needs an 8 or higher to attack. This is the first group. 6, no. Second group, same way. 9, second group attacks. We'll make it the top one. Okay, so he's going to attack. He needs a He needs a 7. He gets one attack. The squadron performs a missile attack against each drawn task force ship. So you're going to attack each one of these guys. You get missile defense on the Sheffield. Has a missile defense of 0. 7. He scored a hit. Dang it. It is surface detect -2. Okay, on the Sheffield. It's repairable. Now he's going against the Argonaut. He has missile defense of 0. 5, that one missed. Whoops. And now against the Vogue, missile defense of 1. -1, that's a 0. Okay, so that's it. If an enemy aircraft has performed an attack against the task force, check to see if it returns to base. Okay, so now we check this one squadron, and if he rolls a 6 or higher, he goes home. 3, of course not. We wouldn't want that to happen now, would we? Okay, so we're in battle turn 3. I got lots of garbage happening here. Okay. What to do, right? So we go, there is no sonoboy, fast tack. We're launching our helicopter. He's going to launch. That puts 1 stress on him. He's going to move. He has 4 actions. 1, 2. 3. And he's launching 2 of these sea skuas against the aircraft carrier up there. And see if he can get a hit. His detection modifier is 0. His missile defense is -1. His Sheffield, or the Baldy's ship, is +1. So that's a +2 modifier to these 2 rockets coming at him. +2. 5 + 2, 7. That's 1 hit. So he now has damage of 2. Comes the next one. We could sink this guy. Whoa, what'd I do? I put my, it's like that didn't even rattle. I put my rocket in my die roller. Okay, here we go. Oh, missed. Shoot, we had a chance to get rid of a guy. Yes, sir. I got to put my 3 helicopters into the cup now because they can be detected. Okay, he's up. He launched and he fired. Yeah. That was his fast attack. That's the end of my fast attack. Move enemy units. All right. So we start with enemy ship number 3. 3. And he has a +2, makes him a 5. He stays in patrol. Enemy sub. He has a +2. 10. That's a 12. He goes range -2. Whoop, whoop, and ping. Looky there. Here he comes. Oh, I got to see if he decides to... he was at range 4. No, he would not go above the layer. He might next time, now that he's there. Well, he moved up close. All right. And now we have the sub, or the aircraft carrier. His movement's a +1. 4 + 1's a 5. He stays on patrol where he's at. Okay. Now we do ship actions. The sub is going to try to detect somebody. And it is ship number 1. Okay. That's who he's after. He's in range now for me to start striking at him too. Okay. The sub has a 4 to 7. And I have a noise modifier of 0. And he gets +1 because of the range. 4 + 1's a 5. He detected us. So we're now a detective 1. Right there. All right. I guess. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Ship number 3, he wants to try to detect somebody. And it is ship number 3. So he's going to try to detect him. Okay. He is a 5 and 7. I have a noise modifier on the Argonaut of 1. No modifier, so he's -1. 4 makes that a 3. Did not detect him. Okay, he couldn't find him. And now the carrier, he's got a range modifier. He's been detected, so we're going to see who he wants to detect. It is ship number 4, the Vogue. So he's going to try to detect him. He has a detective 4 and 6. No modifier. The Vogue is a -1 for his noise modifier. Oh, +1 there, 0. 7. Oh, he detects him at level 2. So he's got the Vogue detected again. Okay. That's their ship actions. Now we go to slow task force. All right, here we go. Slow task force. The Argonaut is going to try to detect this submarine. So the Argonaut against the sub is -1, and his range is +1, so he's even there. At range 2, below the layer, he's +1 but -3, so now he's -2. So it's a -2 modifier for the Argonaut. He's going to use his active sonar to do it. So it's a 3 to 6. 8. I got him at a level 2. So we know he's there now. Oops, level 2. Oh yeah, plus he was pinged. So we now have him. The Vogue is going to fire 2 ASROC torpedoes. Let's see if he can sink this sub. He needs a 7 to hit. He's a +1. +1 for range, +2. +2 for detection, that's +4. So he gets a +4. His torpedo defense is 1, so he's +3. 4 + 3 is a 7. 1 hit. Here comes the second one. Same thing. Oh, it missed. Oh, man. Man, oh man. I could have had that guy. Could have had him. Right there he was. Missed him. Okay, he takes 1 damage. Onto this guy. Onto the sub. He's detected. And he has a damage. I need to get the right one. He's damaged. And he's deep. Man. Okay. Now, that leaves me my commander, who either tells the Vogue to do the rescue mission, or he fires on these guys again. He's going to order the Vogue. He goes back into the protective force, and he's doing the rescue to pick those guys up. So we avoid that. He gets no more actions for the Vogue, but he was out of everything, so that worked out. Okay, here we go. That's the end of my slow actions. Now we decrease detection. This one goes down to 0. This one goes down to 1. He didn't have any. This goes down to 1. And the carrier is no longer detected. Okay. All right. Wow. Whew. Okay. A lot going on here. This is tough. Here we go. Now, got them fighters coming. Decrease the battle turn counter again. The fighters are moving up. They're going to be at range 2 now. Here they come. All right, now we do their actions. We got to see if they're going to attack. We'll do one of these guys. He needs an 8 or higher. He gets +1 for his range. 7 + 1's an 8, so I get an attack. He's a 7. He fires on 4, that's a miss. 8, he hit the Argonaut. for a stress and a hull hit. So the Argonaut gets his first hull hit. His stress goes up to 3. He's now at stress level 3. That's the max of his. I don't think he fires at this guy because he's protected. No actions. Yeah, they can fire at him. He has a missile defensive +1, so it's even up. 3. No damage. Okay. All right, that's the end of that. Now they got the other one's going to attack. Maybe he needs an 8 or higher. 5. +1 is 6. He does not attack. Now they check for return to base of the guy that attacked. 2. No, he does not return to base. Okay. Man, here come these guys now. They're not quite in my anti-missile range yet for the Argonaut. And see if I can knock them down. Okay, here we go. We go to fast actions. The Sheffield. He's got this guy right here now. He's going to fire 2 torpedoes at the sub. His torpedo defense is -1. His torpedo defense was 1, so that's 0. He's +1 for range. So he gets a +1 against the sub. He's +1. That's +2. So he has +2. 10. There's 1 hit. I think that's it. Yep. So we sunk the sub. All right. He's down. He's off the board now. Task Force 1 gets him off of me. Ping marker comes off. All this comes off. Deep comes off. The damage marker's off. Enemy sub. Detect. Okay. And we get Sheffield gets an experience point for knocking that guy down. Okay. Now, whew, that's it for my fast. So now we go enemy ships, movement. Ship number 3, it's a 10, +2 is a 12. He's going to go range -1, and he pings. And he pings. Okay? And now we're going to go the carrier. 2 +1's a 3. He patrols. He stays back there at range 4. All right. And we're getting close. That sub's gone. Eliminated him. He won't ever come back. Now, enemy ship 3 is going to attempt to detect. He's going to attempt to detect Task Force 1. He's +1 and +1 for surface detects. That's +2. And the Sheffield noise modifier is 0, so he's +2. So +2, 5 to 7, 9. He got him at a detection level 2. So he's detected now, again. We're going to have to see if we can help him out. And so that makes the carrier to use command and control. He is a +2 on 2. That's 4. He does not use command control. He's going to attempt to detect. Oh, he's already got ship 4 detected. And he would not have been at a +3. He would have been at +1. I always flip that number 2 over and make it a 3. He's going to fire at task force ship number 4, which is not there anymore because he went into, he would be task force ship number 5 now. So I got to take the 4 out of there. 4 comes out. And this would be 5. And I would say he didn't lose him. He just moved back into the force. His detection level was 1. Okay, so he's going to fire at range 4. He needs 2 missiles he fires. At my rescue ship, the Vogue, he has a missile defense of 1. He gets another one for being in the protected zone, so it's a +2. So he has a +2, which is -2 for his missile defense. 4 and 6 are his hit numbers. 2, the first missile missed. Second one, 7 makes it a 5. That's 1 hit on the Vogue. So they attacked my rescue ship. It is sub-detect -2, repairable. Which isn't really going to matter about that because we already eliminated the sub. Okay. All right. Oh, -3. He would not have hit. Yep. He did not hit him. He has a -3 because of his damage. All right. Now. Slow attack. The Argonaut. He's not got enough, he's not close enough yet to hit them. His torpedoes won't do him any good. I got the helicopter up there. So I think what we're going to do is he's going to give the order to move the task force closer. So everybody moves up. He moves up. He's being pinged. He's there. And the carrier moves up now. Range 3. He had a ping marker on him. Okay. Problem is I can't detect anybody. But the Argonaut detects those fighters. He's firing GS-20s. He's firing 2 of them. So here he goes. He's firing at these bad boys right here. He needs a 5 or higher to hit. Range 1 is +2. This is the Argonaut. Against the aircraft is -1. So he's a +1. So he has +1, 5 or higher. Whew, 6. There's 1 down. Okay, here comes the second missile. The next one. 5. +1, 6. He got rid of both them guys. All right, missile defense worked. Whew. Okay, that was a big relief. That's it for my slow movement. Decreased detection. He goes down to a 1. Get it right this time. He goes down to 0. Okay. And decrease the battle turn. Ooh, we're running out of time, boys. We're running out of time. Yep. Wow. He only needs 1 hit to put him down and 1 hit to put him down. Woo! Right down to the end. All right. And now we got the fighters are gone, so there's no more air intervention. All right, here we go. It is back to the fast. I got to do a detect, so he's going to try to detect ship number he's -2 on the Sheffield. He's 0. He is +2. He's got to try to detect ship number 3. That will be 0 modifier. Nope, he did not do it. Okay. The Lynx has a fast action. He's going to try to detect the carrier. It's a 6 to 9. Here he goes. 4. He did not do it. I'm not going to get him. That's it for my fast actions. Now we go 1, 2. Yep, he was good there. Okay, we go ship movements. Ship number 3 rolls a 5. He's a +2's a 7. He can't go any closer. The ping comes off. Oh, he had a ping on there. So did he. 2. His noise modifier is 4. I still don't think he would have detected him. -2. Ship number 3 was a noise modifier of 1. I rolled a, was it a 5 on him? I think he detected. I hope I'm right. But I think he detected him because of the ping marker. Now that comes off. He doesn't move. The carriers, he's a 3 + 1's a 4. He patrols. That comes off of him. Okay. Now, he has ship 1 detected. He needs a contact of 1. He's got that. So he's going to fire at ship number 1. He rolls. It's 1 missile. I have a missile defense of 0. He needs a 5-7 to hit, and he's +2. 10. He hits him 2 hits. Oh, nope, at range 1, he uses his gun. It's only 1 hit. He got a 9, so he got a 10. He got 1 hit. On the Sheffield, it is stress 3 and a hull hit. Stress 3 with a hull. So his stress goes from 2 to 5. 2 to 5, right there it is. Which he's still not shaken, okay? And we have the carrier back here. He doesn't have enough contact for that one. We can try command and control to fire at ship number 1. He gets a 6. He's got the command and control. At range 3, it's 0. He uses 2 missiles. He has a missile defense of 0. So there's 2 missiles coming at the Sheffield. First one is 6. That's 1 hit. And the second one is 9. That's 2 hits. So there's 3 hits on the Sheffield. First hit is fire. No actions. Second hit, stress 2 and a second hull hit. The stress goes up to 7 now. Oh, I hit my camera, sorry. Stress is 7. He's shaking now. Sorry about that. Reaching around everything. And his third one. Uh-oh. damage. Now what I got to check is if that missile actually hits when they use gunfire. You know what? I just made a mistake. That wasn't the hit. This is the marker that you use for these hits. So I have these damage markers like this one. That would come off there. He has a damage of 1 there. Here's a damage of 4. So I had those mixed in there and I shouldn't have. So I'll get them out of there. Yeah. Okay, so he still has to take 1 more hit. He's got 2. And his last one is on the Sheffield. Ship attack -2. So he has detect -2, attack -2, and a fire. And 2 hull damages. Okay, now we go to slow. I have the Argonaut, which still has missiles. So he can fire on him, but we did not detect this guy up here. I'm just going to run out of stuff to do. Okay, we're going to fire 2 missiles at enemy ship number 3. Here he goes. He is +2 for range. 0 modifier there. Detect modifier +1, so he's +3. 8 +3, that's 2 hits. We sunk the tributs. He goes down. So the Argonaut. All right, we sunk enemy ship number 3. Unfortunately, I'm 1 ship too late. Gets him off of that guy. Baldy's still up there, but I don't have detection on this guy. Yep. And let's see, that was the Argonaut firing. The commander can order, try to detect here. We'll do that, but I think it's too little, too late. He's going to fire. He's going to order this at. It's a 0. It's a 0. His noise modifier is -2, +1, so -1. So that's a +1 for the noise modifier. He gets a detection of 1. He doesn't even detect him. That's how bad this is going for me. Okay, so we didn't get him. We reset detect, and that ends because the battle turn is now over. All right, so we have to draw an event card. Fighter cover. Oh yeah. Now I get it. Yeah, too late. Evaluate the encounter. Repair event. Repair attempt. Address, add to ships, stress to ships, and all that stuff. So I'm going to go through and do that. We'll see where we're at here. All right, so we ended up with 9 carryover. So the next turn I'll have 29 SO points. No destroyer, no victory points, but because it was a naval target and does not have an improvement on it, that target is now out of the game. So I don't have to go back to it again. But I didn't get any improvements for all this. All this time, I got nothing out of that except a bunch of stress. Ewan ended up with 2 stress, the Exeter and the Argonaut with 4, Sheffield with 9, and the Vogue had 0. Now, I've adjusted my other, because they weren't on this mission, I reduced theirs by 2. So you can see that these guys are all ready to go now. And we have some promotions here. Ewan does not get promoted. He needs 4. 2 for Exeter. So he moves up from newbie. So we take the Exeter here. He got sunk. He's gone. I'm gonna have to replace him with a new ship. Okay, so the Exeter got eliminated. I can get a replacement ship for him. The Argonaut, he needed 2. So his will come up from green to average now. So he went from, his cool still 0, but his ship is a +1 now instead of 0, but his sub is still -1, and his stress level went up 1. So he's at 4, which makes him at least usable now. Okay, so he got promoted. The Sheffield did not. The Vogue hit the next level for him, so he's gone from veteran to a warship now. That's as good as he's going to be. So he went from stress of 0.4 and a +1 with a cool of 1 to a cool of 2, +1 +2, and 0 to 5. So that's as good as that ship's going to be, which is nice. So the Vogue got promoted, so he's now a warship. And the Argonaut got promoted. And he still had 2 left over, so the Argonaut, he'll be 1 short on his next level. He'll still have 1 experience point left. He's now average with a 3, and the Vogue is now a warfighter. A warship, not a warfighter. So he doesn't have to track that anymore. He's up where he can be. Okay, and we're gonna have to replace the Exeter. So hopefully I get a better ship for the next one. All right, that was brutal. That was brutal. Woo, that was rough. So you can see how tough this can be if you don't get some good hits, and if you don't have the right ships out there. You know, this is part of the random draw. This just wasn't the right mix. I probably should have got my helicopter up a little sooner, but you got to be able to find these guys too, and I just wasn't finding them. Luckily, that sub came charging in, and I was able to get him while I still had the Vogue with his ASRock torpedo. So, okay, well, this has been a long video. I know it has. So, hope you enjoyed it. You can see it's a challenge. This is one of the average levels, so I haven't even gotten to the hard ones yet. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and if not, well, you know, you'll give me something, hopefully. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. All right, I'll see you guys next time.